Right. Is that it?
Sorry. Can you maybe looking at last year's game tape, and you guys were down 14 zip, got 23 straight points, and then it was close to the end. What can you learn from that video?
Well, I think that it was a different year, different teams. So you look structurally at how they tried to defend you, how they tried to attack, and schematically you can look at some carryover type stuff, and then any personnel that's a carryover. I think that's probably the main stuff you get.
Mike, part of that personnel, that front seven of Stanford's defense, how would you describe?
Oh, they're really good. Their whole team is athletic all over the place. Every special team, the defense, offense, they've got a lot of big, good athletes that play everywhere.
You mentioned the special teams. Ty Montgomery, obviously, almost single-handedly won that game against Washington a couple weeks ago. How special a player is he for
He is very, very unique. He's really big. He looks like a big running back, but he's a receiver, and he's a great, leads the nation in kickoff returns. So it's a little different. Like I said, I just describe him as a unique athlete.
Coach, for 3 weeks now, you've kind of been preparing for some pass-happy offenses. How does this change for your defense as we kind of more balance attack?
Well, that's what we have to do. That's our league these days. You're going to see of such a variety. I guess it's got to be really good for football and fun for everybody, I would say, but not for defensive coaches. It's a little different thing because we've seen 100 and something passes, spread offenses from sideline to sideline, and now you're going to see a very balanced attack with a quarterback that also does some of that stuff. I mean, he's a really athletic guy, so he can run. They got a great running back. They got a physical line. They've got gifted receivers. You name it.
Mike, does the prospect of taking on a top-ranked team like Stanford right now, does that get the guys juiced at all? Are they a little bit more excited?
Well, this team is excited. You don't have to change to play a big game. I mean, if you have to do that, you're probably not going to be successful. Your opportunity to beat a team like this is through your total summary of the preparation that you've had, and if you can use all that and then play your best game, then you got a shot.
Coach, a couple of coaching legends have passed away this year. Frosty, of course, and now Don James. Talk a little bit about the Don James impact on the conference and in the Northwest.
Well, there's certainly been such a great group of people go through our league and through the coaching profession, and Don was at Washington and impacted the West Coast football in a very big way. I think that winning a national championship and having them playing at that level kind of set a bar at that time for everybody else.
Mike, how has Hogan evolved in the past year? Obviously, got a year under his belt.
Yeah.
The same player, or where has he gotten better?
Well, he's same talent, just now experience added to it and more confidence.
Now, for him last year, obviously, he showed off that ability to extend plays. That one shovel pass, he was about 6 inches from being down. How are you guys showing that play a little more just to express the importance of wrapping up a guy like that?
Well, I think that the main thing about that play was stay in coverage. If we'd had somebody in coverage, he wouldn't have had anybody to flip it to, and we came out of coverage and got beat. So that's just a great example of disciplined football. By us, how you have to play disciplined football and take care of your responsibility. Don't just do your job.
Coach, is Sean going to be able to stay upright on Saturday?
Oh, sure, yeah.
How are you health-wise, Mike?
I think we're pretty good. Connor's not going to play, and John Braun is nursing that shoulder, and hopefully he'll be back practicing tomorrow. Everybody else appears to be pretty good.
How important is the D-line's performance Saturday?
Well, it's big. The whole front seven's got to take, plus our safeties. Everybody's got to play part in that run defense. That's just the way it is. Gap responsibilities, good angles to the football, good tackling because the back is big and he's good. So there's a lot of elements that go into being able to play physically. And then if you're in the secondary and you have pass responsibility, you better be sound. You better not bite on the play action. You better pay attention to the releasers down the field and be in good shape on them because that's a big part of their game, and it's a very good part.